All right, y'all. What's going on with it, y'all? This is Ezekiel the Rebel. You understand? Like, man, I want to talk about some stuff right here, man, that I've been peeping on in the news and stuff like that, man, with this whole sports industry and stuff like that. You understand? I mean, 1 second. All right, you know what I'm saying? We look, we watching the social media world. We see a lot that's going on in the social media world and stuff like that. You understand? And particularly, we're gonna talk about Shadura Sanders. You understand? Like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we see that this brother, you know what I'm saying, has the skill, the talent in the world of football. You understand? Everybody betting on him to be like first round draft pick. But he ended up being about the fifth round draft pick. You understand? What does that tell? That tells you that we absolutely do not have control in the sports world. We do not have control. We absolutely don't have a say so, even though we dominate the sports. We dominate football. We dominate basketball. We dominate baseball. Hell, we dominate soccer. We dominate damn near all the sports that you can ever think of. Blacks, Hispanics, and natives. We dominate everything. We dominate it. So since we dominate these sports, why don't we have any control? Why don't we have any say so what goes on? Why don't we have, a say so in, the rules being made? We don't have no say so at all. No say so whatsoever. You understand? But we got, these white executives that's in these powerful positions, these billionaires and trillionaires, that's in these positions and that owns these teams. And we know for a fact they don't give a damn about these teams. They don't give a damn about any of these black and Hispanics and natives on these teams. All they care about is money, and we know that. We know that. Man, whatever happened to the Negro Leagues? Look, I got a little thing pulled up right here. So I'm about to read this. This is what happened to the Negro Leagues because we need to bring the Negro Leagues back. We need to bring that back where we can dominate the sports. Blacks, Hispanics, and natives. We could come together and we could dominate the sports. I mean, we say it all the time. We've been talking about it, but we go and support our money to the major leagues, to the NBA, to the MLB. You understand? Let's go back to the Negro leagues. Let's go back to the Mexican leagues. Let's go back to these leagues where we have creative control. All right. So this is what happened to the Negro leagues right here. This is baseball. Negro leagues baseball. Ceased play after the 1948 season. The Negro League, a professional baseball league for African American players, ceased play after the 1948 season. This happened after Jackie Robinson became the first African American to play in the major leagues in 1947, leading to the disbandment of the Negro National League prior to the 1949 seasons. This is what happened because Jackie Robinson left and went to the major league, so that drew the whole attention because Jackie Robinson was a prominent player in the major leagues. So guess what white people did? They got together and they said, why not take their best players and bring them over here to the major leagues? And what happened? It ended up destroying the Negro leagues. That's our problem. My problem is we want to join. We want white We want white validation so much that we're willing to leave what belongs to us to go join what belongs to them. Even though what we had was better, it was ours. It might not have been all fancy and stuff like that, but it was ours. Hell, it belonged to us. And the moment, and what's crazy about it is the moment that these players go off and then join them, guess what? It destroys the infrastructure. So imagine if Jackie Robinson would have stayed. Imagine all the prominent players at that time would have stayed in the Negro Leagues. Imagine where the Negro Leagues would have been today. You can't tell me the Negro Leagues didn't have the potential to be multi-trillion dollars, a multi-trillion-dollar industry. But instead, we're making the NFL, we're making the Major League Baseball a multi-billion, multi-trillion-dollar industry. You see what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. It doesn't make sense. And we have to learn from the past. We have to learn from our past mistakes in order for us to have something of our own. It's going to take people that it's going to take prominent people. For the NBA, for example, you got players like LeBron James. You got all these, players like Kyrie Irving. You got, all these prominent players that's on these teams. Imagine if they would have left the NBA and then formulate their own sport leagues. Same thing with football. Same thing with baseball. Same thing with soccer. We leave these major corporations that's ran by white people and then formulate it ourselves. But the problem is we're scared. That's the problem. Problem is we are scared. Um, it's probably not even. It probably don't have nothing to do with being scared. It's just that we just want that validation so much and so bad. We want to be able to walk among and be around white people, and then like we just want that. The moment we stop seeking white validation is the moment that we'll be able to build, finally build our infrastructure and really separate. We will finally be able to do it, but it's gonna have to. It's gonna take some strong individuals. It's gonna take some strong brothers to make the first move and to make the first steps. Everybody's watching everybody and whatnot. We see how we get treated in those leagues, in those Negro leagues. Like we see it. We see how we get treated. But we're gonna have to make the first move, make the first steps, and separate. All right. So this is another one right here. What are the percentages of black athletes in the NBA? This is just for the NBA. This is the total. The total of 70.4%. It says of the big four professional sport leagues in the North America, the NFL and the NBA have the highest percentage of African American players in 2023. 70.4% of NBA players were African American, as well as half of the head coaches within the league. According to racial equality activist Richard Lapchick, the NBA in 2023 was composed of 70.4% black players, 17.5% white players, 2.2% Latino players of any race, and 0.2% Asian players. Like we're dominating the sports settings now. We're dominating it. You understand? Of blacks and Hispanics combined in these sports, we have enough power. And if all the players pull their resources together, because that's why y'all getting paid millions of dollars in the NBA or in soccer. in the Major Leagues Baseball, in the NFL. That's why y'all getting paid millions of dollars. Y'all getting paid millions of dollars to stay because we would have to build everything from the ground up, which is going to take resources. And guess what? That also goes to us being selfish. We're so fucking selfish, man, with each other. We're selfish. We don't want to help. We don't want to have to sacrifice. Sacrifice to lift each other up, man. That's one thing that we have to learn amongst anything else is sacrifice. You understand? Like, come on. So this is the percentage of black athletes in the NBA. Let's see the percentage of black athletes in the NFL. Let's just see. In the National Football League, NFL, about 70% of players are black. This percentage has increased steadily since the 1970s. Like, what's so crazy about it is like we're over the majority. We're over 50%. We're over. This is 70%. This is more than half. Imagine you take the 70% away. You understand? Like, let's face it. The only reason why people watch these sport leagues is because they want to see the black players. They want to see the Hispanic players. They want to see them hit the baseball all the way up, hit a home run. Hit a home run. They want to see Steph Curry shoot from half court and hit it. Shoot from full court. We seen them do it and hit it from full court. You understand? They want to see players in the NFL, you know what I'm saying, jumping over each other and running, you know what I'm saying, the speed of a fucking cheetah. You understand? Man, like, you know what I'm saying? They're like tanks. They're like running tanks. You understand? So we got the power, we got the muscle, we got the percentage. It's just only acting on it. It's only acting on it. And we won't have to worry about these racist white billionaires that's discriminating on our players, discriminating on black athletes. Because we know they do it. We see it all the time. They get hit with fines for bullshit. They get hit with fines for bullshit. I see it all the time, man. We know there's discrimination. You understand? And we saw it with Shadur, what's his name? Shadur Sanders. We saw it with him. Excellent prospect. He should have been first round draft pick. That just goes to show you we don't have no power and we don't have no authority in the sports setting. Even though we have the numbers. Look, we have the percentage. We have the percentage. We have 70% of black and Hispanic players. 70%. That's a lot. And imagine we take that 70% and we start our own stuff. Let's just see. Let's just see right now. Let's just see real fast. The percentage of Hispanic players in, let's see, percentage of Hispanic players in soccer. Let's just see. And I think they line about the numbers right here. It says comparably 8.9% of professional soccer players are black or African American, and 77.5% professional soccer players are Hispanic or Latino. That is a bullshit lie. I know it for a fact. Percentage of, let's see, Latino players in soccer. Let's see that. Let's see. Maybe it's the wording. 7.5. Approximately 7.5% of professional soccer players are Hispanic or Latino. In the Major League Soccer, around 31.6% of players are Hispanic or Latino. I mean, that's still a 31.6% is still a decent number. Let's see how many Latino players in MLB. Let's see that. I know the majority of us is in there. Good night. 32%. In the Major League Baseball, 27% of Major League players and more than 42% of minor league players are Hispanic. This year, Latino players make up nearly 32% of all players. In 2022, just over 30% of players within the league were Hispanic or Latino. But imagine if we all get together. This is why we say in the ISUPK, brotherhood is a weapon. Because imagine if we all get together, blacks and Latinos and natives, we get together and we formulate our own sport leagues. Man, we would dominate that infrastructure. We would dominate. It would be we can easily build it up to be $1 trillion business and employ our own. We can employ other black, Latino, and natives to work it. We're going to create jobs for ourselves. We're going to create jobs for ourselves. All right? Okay? So 32, this is 32%. Like we pull all of our resources together, man, we could do it. Ain't really nothing stopping us. Ain't nothing stopping us but ourselves and us want white acceptance. That's it. That's the only thing that's stopping us, man. You understand? So, we got it. We got the numbers. We got the percentage. We got the money. All it is, we just need to act. We just need to act. We need to stop worrying about white acceptance, white validation, and break off and just do what our forefathers did, man. We got to bring back. We got to create another Tulsa, Oklahoma. Got to create another Tulsa. And it's going to have to start with us. It's going to start with us, man. All right? All right. You know